Hello everybody, I am Girishwar. This is my new video on HTML and CSS full course. In this video, I will be teaching you the full HTML and CSS course. Hope this would be helpful for you and informative. What we will cover in this session? We will see what is HTML, history of HTML, what is CSS, history of CSS, what is web development, what are the two types of web development demos in HTML and CSS, animation using CSS, and some exercise. So what's HTML? HTML is invented by Tim Berners-Lee. His full name is Timothy Berners-Lee. He is also known as the inventor of web. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is used for building websites. It will make this. It means that HTML is the skeleton of the web page, like our body. The skeleton inside our body is HTML, and this is a history of HTML. HTML was created by Sir Tim Berners-Lee in late 1991, but was not released officially. Published in 1995 as HTML 2.0. HTML 4.01 was published in late 1999 and was a major version of HTML. HTML is a very evolving markup language and has evolved with various versions updating. What is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It is invented by W3 schools. It is used for styling the web page. It makes the website look beautiful and look same in every devices like laptop, mobile, tablet, computer. It makes the website responsive. Like if you resize the screen or you are using a mobile, it should not overlay, or the horizontal scroll bar should not appear. That's the if the horizontal scroll bar appears, it will be ugly for your website. Then what's the history of CSS? CSS was proposed by Hakon Lee on October 10, 1994. At that time, Lee was working with Tim Berners-Lee at CERN. Style sheets have existed in one form or another since the beginnings of standard generalized markup language. It's known as SGML. In the 1980s, and CSS was developed to provide style sheets for the website. Like CSS is the muscles and skin of our body. What is web development? Web development is the work involved in developing a website for the internet, like World Wide Web, www. Or intranet, a private network. Among web professionals, web development usually refers to the main non-design aspects of building websites, writing markup and coding like CSS and HTML. What types of web development? Front-end web development. Front-end web development is the page you are seeing, like it's the visual. Like take this PowerPoint for example. This is the background. This is an background for this text, and this is the text. This is a para and some symbols. Like it's the visual. And backend web development. Backend is something that is behind the scenes, like how the website works. Usually backend is programmed with using PHP, SQL, MySQL, and JavaScript. And full stack web development. What's full stack web development? Full stack web development is both front and back end development. So let's start our course. Okay, for editing the HTML, you can use Notepad and other apps for editing like Sublime Text, Visual Studio, known as VSC, and Atom, and there are millions of apps. I am going to use Visual Studio for this course, and this will be very user friendly, and you can also install extension which will be easy for our viewing the website and typing the code. You can download VSC using your any browser. Like I am going to use Edge. and open Google and type download Visual Studio Code, and this is the official website of Visual Studio. The first link you get, see here's the Visual Studio. You can see docs, updates, the latest updates. The version 1.57 is the recent update from VSC, and its blog, API, extensions, FAQ, and learn. You can search, and the for downloading Visual Studio on Windows, use this link, and for using, if you are Linux user, use this link, and if you are a Mac user, use this link. Okay, let's start. Yes. For starting any website, the first rule of web development and most important rule is creating a new folder. It will organize the website, and your website will not look clumsy, and your code will be clean. Like if you add any images from other folder, then you have to write more code. But if you use same folder, it will be easy for you. It will be easy for beginners. Okay, I'm going to name this folder as HTML and CSS. And here's our empty folder. Open Visual Studio, and here you can see HTML and CSS. Yeah. Okay. For starting our course, you need two extensions, which is called Prettier, which I already installed. Here, you can see that it is downloaded on more than 13 million around the world. Prettier is used for making the code more look what to say. It will make our code look organized. And next is live server. Yes, this is the live server. The first link you get. The specialty of live server is you don't want to reload any website. If you don't want to reload your website, if you like, I am creating a new file and naming it as index.html. Then you can see this icon appears here. If this don't appears, then your .html is incorrect. .html tells that the file is that txt file or css file, javascript file, or html file. .html is the most important step you want to learn while making a web development. Okay, like, yes, the like if you make any website using any other app, code editor, then what to say, you have to reload the website for every time, like reloading this after every changes. But the specialty of live server is you don't want to reload. After once you saved the code, and the website will be automatically reloaded. Then okay, let's see the basic boilerplate of HTML. On you have to type the this angular bracket, right? HTML. One thing, the specialty about HTML is it is not case sensitive. Like case sensitive means if you write HTML using this caps, then it will not show any errors. The website will run perfectly. Okay, let's type HTML and close the bracket. You will be automatically type this /HTML. /HTML is representing that this HTML page is over. For example, I am writing head. Yes, head is already over. If I remove this head and type the body, your the website will not have any content. Okay, let's type head. Then inside the header section, you have to type title. Like the title is, for example, I'm opening Google. Here you can see the Google text that is called title, and the header represents that. Here you have to place the title. Let's write the title, my first web page. Okay, let's save this. You have to add the body page. Body, yeah, yeah, yes. Now if you have installed the live server, you can see that here go live. If you click that, you will be redirected to the Google automatically, and your website, you can see that, yes, you can see your website. Like you can also use open with live server by right clicking your mouse. Click this and you will see, yeah, yes, here you can see my first web page that I have typed earlier. Like if I change it, you can see the changes. Like I am going to say Girishwa, save it, and my network is slow, so it's taking more time. Yeah, you can see here Girishwa. Then I'll reset, and it's automatically reloading. Yeah, my first web page. I didn't click this reload button, but it's automatically reloading. That is the specialty of this live server. Okay, now let's go into the body section. See, what's body? Body is something you have above, below your head. Like this is the content of your web page. Like I am going to write h1. This is the size of the web, text. For example, text I'm writing and saving it. Yeah, it's reloading, and you can see that here is the 127.0.0.1. That is the local address of my computer for the live server. Okay, I'll you can see that here is the index page. Open it. Yes, you can see here text. Yes, I'm going to copy and paste and paste and paste. Let's type 2 and save it and reload. Yeah, you can see that this second text is little bit smaller than the first text. That is because your h1 means the most highest, and the h2 is below that one. Like that, you have 6 h1 text, h1 attribute. Yeah. What can you see now? HEADER, header. This is the HTML5 tag. So this VSE will not conclude, will not intake the HTML5 tags. So yeah, okay. Hyperlinks. What is hyperlinks? Like taking Google, you can see that here are some text. Google offered it. This is the p tag used by p tag. Okay, I will show what is p tag. P tag is okay. Shortcut for VSC for like paragraph. You will use P as short form, and I'm going to write P and press tab. I did not update the VSC, so it will not do. um, like this is the boilerplate of the HTML, like starting the HTML and starting the head and starting the title, finishing the title, finishing the head, starting the body, finishing the body, and finally finishing the HTML. Okay, what is P tag? P stands for paragraph tag. Yeah, P. Like what will I say? I will say hello friends, stay safe. Yeah. Now reload. Yeah. Okay. P tag is something that will you have to resize the text size using CSS. I will show it in the later in this course. Like you can add as many as text you want. Like I'm going to copy this and paste it again. Yeah, and save it and reload. Yeah, here you can see this text. I will remove this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Hyperlinks. A slash A. Yeah. You can see here that yeah, sorry. You can see that here this A ref attribute is like you can hover on it and you can see hyperlink reference. Hyperlink reference is that you are giving a link and asking the HTML page to go somewhere or go somewhere in your web page. Okay, this href is something the hyperlink reference. For example, see here is a text like Hindi, it's Hindi, and if I hover on this text, you can see my mouse. It's an hand like pointer, and if I click that, it will go somewhere. I don't want to go to Hindi. I'll show it in my website. Yeah. Okay. Like I will type the google.com website. Okay, I'm copying it and pasting it in this area. Yeah, like this, and type go to google.com. Yeah, here you can see go to google.com. It is you can see that text is underlined and it is in violet color because I have already visited this link. Yes, I am clicking on this. It will go to Google. You can see I am clicking. Yeah, it's going to Google. Yeah, like Google. The next is adding images for your website. For that, you have to type img and press tab. Yes, I am. This is the alt text that I will show you later. Yes. I am searching for HTML in my Google and copying the link of this image. Yeah. Now I am going to paste inside this one. Copy image link and paste it inside. Yeah. It's too long, and I'm gonna save it. Now see, you can see that this image will be appearing here. Yeah. This is because the I am adding this image. This is the image element and the source is like the attribute. it is telling that you have to go to this URL and you have to execute this image here. Yeah, and you can also add images from your internal memory. Like I'm going to save this image in this folder, where in this HTML and CSS folder, like HTML img. I am copying this and saving. Yeah, now I will remove this link and will be replacing this with this one and slash. Let's see what is the property. Let's see the property of this image. This is JPEG file. This you have to be careful in this one. The JPEG, the type of file, whether it is PNG, JPEG, JPG, WAP, WebP, and there are many. Okay, JPEG in typing and saving it, reloading the website. It's not coming. See, yeah, because this slash is inverted, and I'm changing this. See what's the problem. Okay, Control V. Okay, in this case, if it's not coming, let's try another method. Yeah, try. Sometimes this file will not be executed as the browser recommendation, like browser, what to say, browser recommendation or its limit. Right click on it and click on the properties, and yeah, that's because you should not give this slash. You have to give a dotted symbol. Okay, HTML img dot jpeg. Now it will be appearing. Yeah, you can see it's very big. Image is very big. So, like in this case, I'm removing this dot, and you can see here this icon, like the page is not the image is not visible because of this dot, or I am giving this dot and taking this m in this img and reloading it. It will be don't appear because it is finding in in the internal memory of this computer and searching for html.htmlig.jpeg, but there is no such files. So the image will not appear. In this case, I will type alt and this session and right, sorry, we can't load this image. Yes, I'm reloading. It is the alternative text that, so it is typing, sorry, we cannot load this image. Like it's alternative text if the image is not visible. Now if I put m and reload the web page, you can't see the this text because it is alternative. It's not necessary that you have to come if the image is also coming in my web page. Okay, you can see this horizontal scroll bar in my website. It makes my website looking ugly, and also this image is ugly. So I am going to add CSS to my website. CSS are of two types. One is the CSS are of three types. One is inline CSS, like adding style and equal to width property, like it's adding the CSS inside this element, this inside this angular bracket. This will be very tough, and for beginners it will be very tough for beginners. So another type is internal CSS, like adding style and pressing tab. You should add the CSS code in this area. This will be easy, but my recommendation is not to use this for beginners. You should do is create another file like style.css, like .html. .css is also important. Yeah, this hashtag is the symbol for CSS in VSC. In atom the icon will be different, like the logo of CSS. Like for HTML, this 1 minute. Yes, like HTML, this .css is very important, and for yes, like this is the image. I'm going to add at the last class equal to image. It's like your name is image. For example, I am putting name equal to img, and this hashtag im image, copying it and pasting it here, and typing width equal to 100 px and height equal to 100 px. Yeah, okay. What this does is calling this image name, and come here. Your height is 100 px and your width is 100 px, so it will change its height and width. Okay, and you can also add border radius, border also, and border radius. First I'll show you. If I reload, nothing will happen because I did not link this CSS, because it doesn't know should I go there or should I sit here itself. Like calling this CSS, you have to link rel style sheet here, like this style dot css. Yeah, now it's calling the CSS to come here, and this name will go there, and it will, the size will be set. Yes. Why this style? Yeah, that is because this name attribute is the HTML 1.0 that no one is using now. So Visual Studio has disabled that name and replaced it with ID. Yeah, and you can put hashtag here. Yeah, it's same only. And I will use this dot. I'm recommending this class because every time you using hashtag, some features might be disabled in this HTML1. So HTML5 will be easy for you for beginners. For intermediate or those one who knows HTML and CSS, they can use this hashtag like ID. Yeah, okay. What is border? Border 100 px, like put 10 px solid hashtag. Let's put black 000. Yeah, you can see here. If you hover on this, box color icon and go immediately. You can use this color palette. You can use any colors, like you can see here this is changed. Okay, I'm going to change this, and you can see a border will be created. Yeah, this is the border, like frame of an photo in your house. You can change its color and also its size, or it's available um, dotted. Dotted, you can see this border will be dotted. Yeah, like this dot, and there is also dashed. Yeah, and it will be dash. Yeah, and you can see this symbol here, which is very important in CSS. If you remove this symbol and save it, and the next will not come, and this height will also not come, because it is representing that I have finished here itself, and you can go with the next. Like this, all the code editors, what will it does is it will go first, from the first. It is saying, yeah, he's calling the image class and making it to width 100 px, height 100 px, and asking it to keep its border 10 px, dashed, and its color is something like this RGB 116,55,55. And if you remove this here, okay, he is stopping from here. Okay, it thinks that we have stopped here, we have stopped from here. So this is important. And yeah, you can see that if you remove this one, you can see this color will be gone, like this box will be gone. Yeah, now you can also give the border radius. This border radius will not work if you give the border for this image. Like you can also give border for anything like text and paragraphs, many like all the HTML attributes and elements, like uh close this. Yeah, like border radius. Yeah, border radius is something, the radius of the border, the vertex of this image, like 5 px, and saving it, you can see this is curved. And another trick I will tell is, I am going to tell is the height and width, the half of the height and width of this image will make the image circle, like 50 px. Save it and reload. Yeah, now you can see this image is circle. Yes, like this you can do many things with this HTML and CSS. Like you can also, this is the UI, which is user interface, like interface interface. Like you can understand while saying that word, user interface. That user is interfacing this UI, like front end development. Writing front end, writing this code in HTML and CSS is called front end. Viewing this is called UI. UX is something that user experience, which is like using JavaScript, like I have said earlier, using JavaScript, PHP, SQL, MySQL, and this ECMU, Node, etc. is backend. Like that is behind the scenes. Like you can go to PHP myadmin, like it will work if I have installed this exam. Okay, close this, and this PHP myadmin is the database which is used for backend development. I will also make a video on backend development very soon. Okay, let's see what this. what we will see next? The next is, yes, the next thing is I'm going to remove this. Yeah, and P, and I'm going to type some random text, and I'm going to copy and paste it. Yes, you can see that here you can see this many text. If you don't want to make it this much height, you can do it using HTML and also CSS. Like I will tell, take some random space and type this brackets and BR, that is line break, short form BR, break. You can also use LBR, that is not available nowadays because that is HTML1. LBR is line break and BR is also a line break, but we can call it break. And this BR, what it does is break this line into half. Okay, like I'm saving this and reloading it. Yeah, you can see this line created by this BR here, and you can also add here BR and close this. And if you don't want to do it again and again and again for this, for example, I am taking this all BRs and copying it and pasting it many times and saving it, and you can see here are many lines, like you are having this horizontal scroll bar this much length. You have to do it many a times to make this text come down and down, like breaking this text and making it as a paragraph instead of this single line. You can do one thing, give it a class, like go to this P inside, and while inserting a class you should not like here should be the space for while typing the class, else it will not come, or else it will not come. Class equal to text, and text, copying this, saving this, and dot text. And what I'm going to do is set the max width, that is the width is this one and the height is like this vertical. So we will not need this vertical, we will not we will max height, we will use max height in this, in the image only. We will not mostly use this max width, max height in this text. Okay, let's set max width equal to 200 px. Yeah, and you can see net, what is the max width equal to, okay, let's keep it for 100. Why it's coming? Okay, let's put percentage. Okay, this might be error in this one. See, right. Okay, I will tell that after some time. Yes. Okay, you can also make this text align center. Align items center. Yeah, it will be centered as here are more text. Yeah, I'm saving it. I think the align center. Yeah, now it will be appearing. Yeah, now you can see this text aligned is instead center, and you can also text decoration like underline dash dotted double line through none like normal text and wavy. Let's see what is wavy. Yeah, it's nothing. And what is underline? You can see it's underlined. This text is underlined. Like dash dotted is something that is like I showed in that image. Like you can use this text decoration underline in a like this here a and press tab like something. I am putting this hashtag because I don't want to go anywhere. It should be in the same page. This is used for testing that it is working fine. I'm going to put some random text and reload it. You can see this line is automatically here, but you can see this CSS I have didn't wrote anything. That is because in hyperlink you can, that is default. You can also select this image, this elements and attributes using this, like this is a have for you should call it using this. You can also call it using this element, and for also image, like you can also call this image like using this image height img. Like you don't have to put this hashtag or dot, you can simply put it. This is used in some this is used because if you are having many, like I am taking this a and pasting many times. Okay, I'm saving it. Yeah, you can see many here. You don't want to give this like you have to give this class for everything, and you have to write the same code in css again for this a, all this a. So what you can do is simply take this a and simply take this a. That means it is calling all the links here, and like text decoration is none, and you can see all this underline will be invisible. Yeah, now if you put a class for this like class equal to link, and copying this, and I'll save it. Yeah, pasting it, and dot. Yeah, you will see that this text will be not underlined, and everything will be underlined. That is because you're calling only that. Yeah, you can see this is not underlined. That is because you are calling only this. Okay, you are not calling everything. In this case, you want to give a for this 1 2 3 4 5 6 and going on this 10 times. You have to type this code, and it will be very time consuming. So you can use this selector instead of putting this class like a. I'll put. Now what you can do is you can also like what to say, hover. Yes. Hover a, this hover. This means while you hovering this text, if you hover this text, then you can see this text decoration underline. Yes, save it, and you can see if I hover this, you can see the underline. If I move my mouse, you cannot see. Yeah, and you can also make it hover background. Background is hashtag 000. It's black, and text color is hashtag FFF. Yeah, now refreshing it, and if I hover this, you can see this font is white color, and this background is black color. You can also use this color hashtag something like I am using red and saving it. You can see this font will be in red in color. That is the color tag. You can also type as font color. Okay, okay. Now if I hover this a element, then the position should be absolute. Absolute is something that you are not fixing it at one place, or relating it another place, like it's on. Let's see where it is going. Right, top 10px. Yeah, and reload it. Yeah, this will, if I hover this, the position will be changed, and it will come here top 10px. That means from here to here, this line is this distance is 10px, and if I hover it, you can see it is going here. And you can also add this shadow, box shadow, 10px solid black, that is 000, and it will not come because you have to add a div like dot div like sample and this tab, and this should paste it here, and this is coming inside a div is the most important part while you are developing an website. It will not come already. it's not working because if it's not working because this, you can see this port is 5500. That is means I have not installed the later version. Visual Studio needs to update. Visual Studio needs to update if there's a update. I didn't update Visual Studio. That's why that's why I am not able to add something like that max width. Max width is 20. Save it, and yes, it's not working. It's still sun, and I'm using a very older version of Visual Studio. That's the main reason of some disabilities. Okay. Another thing I have to show is in HTML is um UL. So what's UL? Let's see. UL is unordered list. Inside UL you have to type li, that is list. I'm making like HTML and CSS. CSS. Yeah. Now you can see this dot is coming here. This dot, that is unordered list. It is not ordered. If I put ordered list OL, that is OL, you can see numbers will be appearing instead of this dot. Yeah, you can see, like you can type OL, like you can also use OL type squared or Roman numeral like I and many things. Yeah. Now I'm using 1 minute. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is remove this on order list, and I'm going to copy this and paste it. Yeah, I will remove this. I'm going to type this more because I need to get this to say I need to get this horizontal scroll bar like this in my web page. Yeah, yes. Now I am going to select this randomly and I will change this name of this class. I'm going to write as testing, copying it and dot. Yeah, what I'm going to do is background will be black hashtag 00. Yeah, let's see it's working or not. Yeah, you can see here this background is black. That is here you can see this is because this div is applied in the whole page. That means this whole page until the next div is starting, until the next div is started. So what I'm going to do is paste this class in this a attribute. Yeah, now Yeah, you can see this text background is black, and color will be HTML. That's white to make you recognize where is it. Yes, and I'm going to make it position fixed. Position fixed. Yeah, you can see 1 minute. Top 10 px. Yeah, it is here in the top 10 px. I will make it to come little bit down, like 50 px. Yeah, it is 50 px. So like 1 minute. Yeah, like if you are scrolling this web page, you can see all these text are going up, but instead instead of this highlighted text will not go up or down anywhere. It will stay in the same position. Like you can see, I'm scrolling the web page, but you can see it is here only. Like for okay, I'll make it right 200 px. You can also use percentage m, like that is em, for instead of px. They are also the sizes and the positions. Yeah, it is coming here, and you can see I'm scrolling this web page, but it is still here. That is because this position fixed. Okay. Okay, now I will be showing you what is in internal css. For internal css, you should remove this link of this css, because it should not take the another css and put it here, and it should also not take this css and put it in the same web page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is style and paste it here, like, and it will not do anything like the same. I'm just showing you how to add this internal css like this. So what is padding? Padding is something that is creating spaces. Okay, now I'll remove all this one. Yeah, and minute. Yeah, now here's this. Here it is, and adding a text. I'm going to add a text named dot uh, h1 dot text. So you can see this h1 dot text, that is when I am adding an h1 text, and its class should be its class name should be text, that is text. Okay, this is the shortcut for typing this one. And also you can use this h1 asterisk, and for example you want to type many text like 10 text, and you don't want to waste your time by typing h1 for 10 times. Instead of this, you can type h1 asterisk 10 and press tab. Here you can see here this h1 is being printed 10 times. Yeah, This feature is available also in Atom, and also in another coding language called Python. I have made many videos regarding to Python, and I will be making a full course on Python after this video. So please subscribe my channel to stay tuned. Let's continue our course. Don't leave. Don't think I finished this session. Yeah, typing, typing some random text. Okay, what I'm going to do is padding dot text and padding. Yeah, you can see padding. What is padding means? Creating spaces between the text, like padding 10 px. Okay, I'm going to copy this and remove this and save this, and I'll be reloading. Yeah, you can see some random text here without CSS. It's looking, it's this space is like here, and I'm going to add this CSS here and put the padding 10 px, 30 px. So you can see this 30 px is applied both to left and this top. That is, if you put only 130 px, that is, it will think that, oh, I should put I should have a space here for 30 px and also here for 30 px. So what you should do, if you want to add space only for here and you don't want, you have to remove the space here. So let's see, 0. So you have to add this 0 here, so it will come from the top, left, bottom and down. So from top I'm going to remove, I typed 0, so there is no space. This is the default space that is coming there. That is the default space every website must have, that every website will have. So here you can see the space. So you can, this is only for top and right, left. I said like this, you can put 20 px, that is down, and 50 px, that is right. So you cannot see the you cannot see the difference because I don't have anything here or any element here, so you cannot see the difference. So I'm going to remove this. If you have anything here, around here or here, you will see that difference. So I'm saving this, and instead of, you don't want to put this um like this here, you can use padding left. That is your you're giving this element only for this left. Like you can make this right, bottom, top, everything. Okay, that's all. Thank you. So don't be afraid for coding. It is very easy. Coding is easy, and coding is suitable for every age. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please like this video, and feel free to ask any doubt in the comment section below. Thank you.